Hey guys, it's Dragon here. I'm coming with you with a Mekk-Knight stall deck, or aka Mekk-Knight deck profile. Hope you guys do enjoy this. This deck is pretty consistent as it is. It runs a pretty much a decent amount of stallness. It's pretty good based on its consistency, and I really starting to enjoy the deck. You guys have probably seen the deck out there, but mine's a little bit more different with a different ratio and consistency. So I hope you guys do enjoy this. I'm coming with the main deck, extra deck, and side deck that I play with. So I hope you guys do enjoy this. For instance, let's go ahead and get started. For the main deck, I am playing triple Mekk-Knight Purple Sky, triple Mekk-Knight Purple Nightfall. Sorry about that, guys. I always get the names mixed. Mekk-Knight Purple Nightfall, self-explanatory. It helps you get the right cards you need in your hand at certain times. It's just, it's pretty good as it is. Double Mekk-Knight Blue Sky, and then double Mekk-Knight Eclipse. These are both self-explanatory. This allows you to move certain things in certain zones. That way you can utilize your world legacy spell cards and trap cards. So it's basically pretty powerful as it is. And this allows you to search what you need in your hand as fast as possible for the Mekk-Knight monsters. So he basically gets you there to what you need in your hand as fast as possible. He's pretty powerful as it is. I do play the one-ofs. You do play the one Mekk-Knight Yellow Star and the one Mekk-Knight Red Moon. These two are self-explanatory. This gets rid of back row in the same column, so you can summon this in certain places. And this helps you get rid of problematic monsters you can't get around, or it just helps you get rid of monsters on the board so that way you can get an OTK off. So these are both self-explanatory. You only really play one of each because you don't really want to see them at all times. I do play an Invoke engine, so I do play the Aleister The Invoker. Aleister The Invoker is pretty powerful as it is. It's self-explanatory. There's nothing else really to say about him. So, yeah. He basically allows you to help you search for Invocation, so it's just self-explanatory. I do play triple Gamma as my hand traps and the one driver. The reason I play this is because I play PSY-Framelord in the extra deck, so it's pretty much self-explanatory there. Also, when you have Purple Nightfall on the board and you have Lamba on the board, you use Purple Nightfall to banish. You do get Lamba's effect to search, so you'll end up searching out Gamma, so you can just get more utility as more hatred to your opponent. So it's pretty self-explanatory in my personal opinion. Plus, it's a psychic monster, so that's also another reason why. I do play triple Ash Blossom. It's literally one of the best hand traps in the game. It basically allows you to, stop your opponent. It's just self-explanatory. I do play 2 level 9 monsters in the main deck. It's because of True King or Calamities with World Legacy Monstrosity. They're both all 4 of these are self-explanatory. These 2 are really used for that. This is just a World Legacy monster. That's the reason why I play it. And then this is also another. This is because you could still use its effect because it's not always dead in your hand. You can use it if there's 8 more link ratings on the board. It's just another free summon. Also, with using World Legacy Monstrosity, it just allows you to get more of a negation board on board. Sorry about that, guys. It basically allows you to get more of a negation on board. That way you can stop your opponent from doing certain card effects. So, personally, you don't have to play the World Legacy Monstrosity. I play it because it's another card I can use going second or going first. Plus, this allows me to get 2 beat sticks on board if I'm about to get OTK'd and I have this set. I can play it and just special summon 2 level 9s. Or if I have a Mekk-Knight and not Mekk-Knight. If I have Invoked Mechaba on the board, I can just, and they get him to be negated, I could chain, activate Monstrosity, and just get these 2 out on the board. It's just it's another 2 big beat stick monsters. Drawing them is not really as helpful, but getting them on board can actually help you in certain games. For the invoke spell cards, I do play double Invocation. I don't play 3. 3, in my personal opinion, is a little clog. There might be some people down in the comments below probably saying, you should play 3. It's more consistent. It can help you get you in certain games. You only ever need 1. Plus, you have Aleister to help you search it. That's pretty much it. The Invoke engine is basically here just to help you get more consistency of negation power. It allows you to go off of more combos as well. So I do play triple Magical Meltdown and then the 1 Terraforming to help you search it out. Magical Meltdown, self-explanatory, protects your fusion summons. Terraforming helps you search it out. That's self-explanatory. Magical Meltdown allows you to get Aleister. Aleister gives you Invocation. All self-explanatory. All has these utilities. For like the going second kind of power of the deck, I do play triple Call by the Grave, triple Super Poly. These are both self-explanatory. Call by the Graves basically allows, it's just hand trap hate, allows you to hurt certain decks to a certain extent. And Super Polys basically helps you get rid of problematic cards you can't really deal with. So they're both self-explanatory. I do play a little different thing from my last video I brought out a while back. I came in 4th place. Now I updated the Mekk-Knight deck with a different twist. I do play 2 World Legacy Memory. The reason why I play this is because usually when you're going, say that you're going first, you draw this. You can set this pass when your opponent tries to, when your opponent's turn starts, chain, activate, especially someone Mekk-Knight, Purple Nightfall's effect. If they were trying to get rid of it, Purple Nightfall's effect, banish it, search for a Mekk-Knight, search for a Mekk-Knight monster, and just go off from there. So memory has a certain extent in certain ways. Plus, you might not always need or use the Invoke engine. So this right here can help you get other plays to go off. So that's the reason why I play it. Because sometimes your opponent might stop your Invoke plays, so you have the Mekk-Knight plays to go for. So you might want to play this, and this can basically get you in certain. This basically can help you extend. That's basically what I'm trying to say. You don't want to play 3 because you don't always want to see it. You mainly want to see it if you're really going first. Then you can play the World Legacy Monstrosity, self-explanatory. I do play 1 World Legacy Key, and then the 1 World Legacy Sensation. Key is self-explanatory. Basically, it allows you to stop your opponent on back row. Once you play this, you could target one of your banished Mekk-Knight monsters. I think it's either add it to your hand or special summon it. Yeah, you add it to your hand. So you get to, basically if your Purple Nightfall gets banished permanently, or if one of your Mekk-Knight monsters get gone, you basically add it back to your hand. So it basically gets you there. Also, it's another thing where if you summon a Mekk-Knight monster, it's the same thing as Secrets, but it does the same thing towards spell cards. So, and then World Legacy Sensation is just, it just helps you get, it just basically allows you to extend your boards. Then you do play the 1 World Legacy Secrets. Does the same thing as Key, except for monsters. This is self-explanatory. It's pretty powerful as it is. You only really ever need 1 because you can search it with Mekk-Knight Morningstar. So you only really ever need 1 of each of these cards just because you search it out with Mekk-Knight Morningstar. Then I do play double for my last trap, double Infinite Impermanence. If I had a 3rd one, I would be playing a 3rd one, but I don't. So for now, I'm only playing the 2. I think 2 is pretty good. I never really missed the 3rd one, so it's self-explanatory. And those of you that can't afford Infinite Impermanence, I would say try to use Effect Vellers. Effect Vellers can also help you out in certain ways too. So, yeah. I say let's go for the extra deck, right, guys? The extra deck, you do play the True King All Calamities, self-explanatory. It's used with Monstrosity. I do play for Super Poly targets, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. And then you do play the Mud Swamp Dragon. These are both self-explanatory. This is just there because if I want to go off with more Invoked Blaze, I can actually summon it. Plus, if you're using Super Poly, it's there just to help get rid of problematic cards off the board. You can use 2 of your opponent's monsters, special summon this, then normal summon Aleister and just call off. So basically, it just allows you to extend your boards. And then starting Venom Dragon, it's self-explanatory as well. It helps you get rid of a lot of problematic cards that's in this game. If I can get my hands on the new Predaplant, fusion monster, I would. I would probably play that more than Mudragon, in my personal opinion. It's pretty powerful as effect. It allows you to negate special summons, so I pretty much would play that more than the Mudragon. But for now, I'm playing the Mudragon. I think it'd be pretty good as it is. I do, for the Invoke extra deck portion, or the Invoke fusion monsters, I do play Invoked Raidjin, Invoked Purgatrio, double Invoked Mechaba, and then the 1 Invoked Elysium. These are all self-explanatory. They're pretty powerful as it is. This basically allows you to put down some things. This basically allows you to go off of your OTKs. This basically just another negation on board. And this right here, you usually will super poly using one of your other invoked monsters if they become dead on the board or they're not really useful. You can summon Elysium and just go straight off with another OTK. Personally, these all do pretty much good effects. Also, Raidjin is just pretty powerful as it is. I barely summon Raidjin, but Raidjin is there just to help you get another invoked monster on board, so you can just go off with more plays. Plus, you have Mudragon, so you can change the attribute of Mudragon, so you can summon majority of your invoked monsters. So, yeah. I do play one synchro. I'd play the 1 PSY-Framelord Omega. The reason why I play PSY-Framelord Omega is because the Gamma engine, as well as another free card to summon to get rid of problematic cards out of my opponent's hand. It's pretty self-explanatory in my personal opinion. You guys don't have to play this. You guys could play another Link monster or a different fusion monster in the main deck. I play it because it's another monster I can get on the board, or I can use his ability in the graveyard to bounce back one of my Mekk-Knights, or I can use it in the graveyard to help me, or I can use it on the board to help me get rid of problematic cards. So, and plus there's another little beat stick I can summon. For the Link monsters, I do play a little small, hefty lineup of Link monsters. I do play the Salamangreat Almiraj, self-explanatory. You use it, you basically link away with your Aleister The Invoker and just go off combos. Once Aleister gets you Invocation, you just go off combos. You do play the, for my Link 2s, I do play 1 PSY-Frame Lamba, 1 Aleister The Invoker Madness, and then 1 Mekk-Knight Morningstar. These are all self-explanatory. They all do certain... They're pretty much all there just to help you get certain cards on the board and help you go off with more combos. Lamba is just for the driver combo. Aleister is just in case you can't get out Morningstar for the turn. And then Morningstar is just basically the main go-to card. There's been times where I want to summon 2. Like, there's been times where I needed a second Morningstar. But in reality, you only really ever need the 1. So, yeah. I do play the other Mekk-Knight Link monster, the Link 3. The reason why I do play Mekk-Knight I think that's Spectrum Supreme. Now, the reason why I play him is due to the fact of his capabilities, and also I need another Link 3 I can use, just in case my opponent negates the effects of Morningstar. If that works, if that's kind of explanational. I think this Spectrum Supreme has not been used as much as it should be. It's a pretty powerful Link 3 monster. It has a lot of good effects, and it can basically work against certain decks. For instance, what it really can do is it can attack directly if it's the only card in its column. If this card is in the extra deck monster zone, it points to no monsters. It cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target with card effects. You can send one other card you control in this card's column to the graveyard, special summon one Mekk-Knight monster from your deck in defense position. So basically, it allows you to get another Mekk-Knight monster on board. It allows you to, like, it also can help you go off on another OTK just in case you don't have enough materials to make out my boy Boar Sword. So it's just there to help you out with more utility with the deck, in my personal opinion. So that's why I play it. Most often, you'll probably never summon it, but it's just there just to go off games. And then you got Boar Sword, just because it's Boar Sword, it's a free OTK. It's self-explanatory with Boar Sword. For the side deck, now the side deck has a little different twist to it, and I will explain on certain things. I do play the triple Artifact Lancia with the one Scythe. Those of you that probably know, you do play the Artifact Sanctum in the in the side deck. These are all self-explanatory. I do this because you're mainly going to probably end up going first in a lot of games, knowing your opponents, knowing their certain decks, because a lot of people these days want to go second. So if you end up losing the die roll, you can always side deck this in when you go into games 2 and 3. It's self-explanatory. Scythe is good against certain heavy extra decks, and then you got Lancia against like Thunder Dragons. You got this against like Salamangreats if they're there, but they're not as powerful as it is. And then you got that just in case you're going against another high banish rogue decks, things of that nature. And then Scythe is just self-explanatory. You can play this at any point and just go off with your combos. It's just, in my personal opinion, this engine's just too powerful not to play. And I will play this until the end, because this is pretty good in this deck. Plus, the best part is you can set the artifact monsters, and most often your opponent's probably going to pop them, so it gives you more monsters on board. Now, here's a small little twist. I do only play 2 Nibiru. The reason why I only play 2, because you're not going to see a lot of rogue. You're going to see a lot of rogue decks and a lot of combo decks that go off. Most often, you're not really going to need Nibiru against those certain decks because you pretty much already have the deck. True King All Calamities is basically the same thing as Nibiru, but Nibiru is a little bit more better than True King All Calamities. Plus, you have a lot more negation power in the main deck than really. But if you ever really need Nibiru, it's a pretty powerful monster. Also, another reason why I am only playing 2 is because I don't have a third one at this time. Once I get my hands on the third one, I'll be trying to probably squeeze it in the main deck. But in the main deck or side deck it a little bit. Maybe main deck 2, side deck 1. Something like that. Nibiru is pretty powerful as it is. Those of you that probably don't know, if your opponent summons more than 5 times, you can summon this, and on their 5th summon this, and just get rid of all those problematic cards. So, and give them a token. The token never really matters. If you have a game, you have a game. With the Mekk-Knight deck, you have game no matter what. So, it's just self-explanatory in my personal opinion. I don't really ever need to. I do play Dark Ruler No More. This is also another reason why I only played 2 Nibirus. Dark Ruler No More is basically the same as Nibiru, but it's more like I basically want you to have your cards in your columns, but I want it where I can play off. Because in Mekk-Knights, you really want your opponent to have the cards in the columns. You don't really want to get rid of all those cards that fast. And then you play this, your opponent still has all their monsters. Then you go off for your combos. I think Dark Ruler No More is pretty broken as it is in this deck. It basically just allows you to go off. And then for my last spell card in my deck, I do play Triple Twin Twister. Now, Triple Twin Twister is also self-explanatory. Triple Twin Twister is just because Backrow Hate. It's just self-explanatory. There's a few cards in this for side decks you guys can play. You guys could play, let's think. You guys could probably side deck Mind Control. Mind Control could be another card you can side deck or main deck. In this deck, you also have plenty. There's many hand traps you could probably play in main deck in this deck. There's also many other cards and effects you could play in the deck. that can help you out with consistency. In my personal opinion, I think the deck pretty much works pretty smoothly. There is a few things I might change in the future. I might come out with another update for this deck. I might incorporate Instant Fusion again. Like I said, once I get my hands on the Predator Plant, the new Predator Plant Fusion monster, I might incorporate that into the main deck. So there's a lot of other monsters I can incorporate into the deck to help me out with my certain combos and everything. But in my personal opinion, this deck is pretty competitive as it is, as you guys seen all over YouTube and everything else. This deck is pretty broken. This is pretty much one of the best decks I loved and fall in love with. I will also be trying to upload uh, Altergeist deck profile, a Salamangreat deck profile. I'll be trying to make a Sky Striker deck profile. I am still working on my Lightsworn deck. I'm trying to work on a few updates here and there with the deck. So I hope you guys are really excited for those decks. Once I get my hands on a certain cards for those decks, I'll be more than happy to show them out to you guys. But and overall, I hope you guys do enjoy this deck. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys think I should change a few things, or if you guys think this might not be a good idea, or this might be a good idea. Maybe try this out, try this out. Please let me know down in the comments below. Other than that, I am so grateful that you guys spent the time watching my videos. Dragon Rockstar is signing out. Peace.